As we shift toward urban living and a faster pace of life, reigniting the senses becomes paramount. We will go beyond the visual aesthetic, seeking immersive experiences that raise our awareness of sensory influences to engage us and create direct human connections. ColorSense explores a sensory journey beginning with touch and sight. Going beyond our traditional senses, we will explore the perception of time, how we balance our lives, and savor experiences to create a sense of place. Collectively, these impressions pique our sense of wonder, inviting us to examine the possibilities of the future.
Sense of touch, tactile experience. Touch, the first sense, is the cornerstone of human experience, beginning in the womb. Design embarks on a journey to provoke the senses and tease the touch. Exuberant tactility deepens our experience, going beyond the visual. Our nomadic lifestyle and increasing dependence on screens for information make us crave the sense of touch. Tactility and density garner a new feeling. Raised pile surfaces offer cozy, clean softness. Surfaces mimic natural, organic shapes with layers of pleated detail, turning basic into exquisite. Embossed and carved details with high and low relief add interest. Beautifully intricate perforations create rhythm and repetition, details that beckon the touch. There is a passion for unassuming, intrinsic materials and the desire to make things. Human hands freely explore and sculpt, an endeavor to create timeless beauty. An intense dialogue between design and production emerges. Raw edges and seams are no longer hidden, but proudly exposed as design features that illustrate the creation and craftsmanship of a product. Shapes become sensual, the visual translation of human touch. The architecturally organic benches by deep architects are sculpturally stunning. The undulating design mimics the rise and fall of a desert dune landscape with layers of touchable ridges. This boutique by ROK in Germany features a unique fur-like wall consisting of 22,000 wooden sticks in individual directions and varying lengths. The installation refers to the flowing forms and delicate texture of textiles and cloth, resulting in a unique and sensational background that begs to be touched. Sensory materials will blanket our walls and surfaces. Surface Matters by Yoonhee Yo looks to future home environments by creating a new typology. The wall-embedded OLED is an illuminated surface with intuitive tactile engagement functions that change the color, lighting, and temperature in a space. The sensory fiction book uses touch and movement for an immersive storytelling experience. The book can sense what page you're currently reading and feed that information to a wearable vest that creates vibration, pressure, or heat in sync with story beats. Disney's new 3D tactile feedback technology allows the user to feel the texture of the displayed objects. The algorithm maps the frictional forces between the screen and the user's finger to the surface contours of the virtual 3D image presented on the touchscreen. Color will be secondary as form and texture progress to the forefront. Severe, a clean white, and Sculpt, a dense charcoal, create the foundation for the sense of touch palette. With tactile and nuance, Balanced neutrals interjected with natural tones hint at shape. Monotone-based flesh tones, sensual and fair, evoke softness, key to touch. Cocoon adds an unexpected detail of tactility to this refined palette, otherwise grounded in the essentials. The Sense of Touch color palette finds importance in the subtleties of shade. With Cocoon, severe, sensual, fair, tactile, nuance, and sculpt.
Sense of sight altered. What is real? Sight or vision is the capability of the eyes to focus and detect images of visible light in varying colors, hues, and brightness. As technology offers endless control, enabling us to edit and curate, this will alter the way we see things. Illusory images are clouded to clear, diluted in transparent layers to create a dreamlike effect. Moving away from the digital allows us to re-engage with the experience of mixing, blending, and washing color. We use veils, blur, and tint to add a hazy sense of romance. These images evolve and are manipulated through filters, enhancing and layering the originals. Sensory experiences and photographic prints encourage us to celebrate the beauty of our surroundings. We desire to become anonymous as the open network society exposes all aspects of daily life, concealing identity and obscuring dimension. Transparencies add atmospheric details, providing a mist of color and a hint of texture. We add layers in our modern lives to conceal and create the privacy that is so difficult to find. Frosted glass will be a critical design element. In its Haze collection, Wanmin Park Studio creates a series of ethereal furnishings that seem to fade into the pale white background, like walking through a fog. Layered sheets of glass manipulate color and depth perceptions, as seen in this deep sea table by Nendo. Artist Ardon Ojmanolu uses layers of glass and paper to visually give new life to a tree, which changes appearance based on the position of the viewer. We are intrigued by illusions that blur the lines between real and unreal. Artist Nils Nova's impressive installations subvert perception of time and assumptions about space through our sense of sight. In this photo series, The Square, Korean artist Song-min Ko throws a small glitch into reality. In every photo, someone holds a mirror that obscures everything but their hands wrapped around the edges, blending them into the environment. Interiors will use mirrors and reflective surfaces to transform spaces into an environment that the visitor is drawn to explore, drawing on our sense of curiosity. Repetition plays with perspective to create a distorted view that adds depth. American artist Philip K. Smith III adds mirrors to the walls of a desert shack in California to create the illusion of being able to peer right through the building, fusing fiction and fact. These photo and architectural manipulations will affect the way we think about reality and design, causing us to question the value of real and authentic scenarios and products. What is an image? What is an object? What is the real real? We live in a consumer-centric world with so many visual decisions that we retreat to the random, allowing machines to make choices and design for us. In return, we happily accept the unpredictable consequences. These glitches create three-dimensional form. Paused and interrupted patterns, computerized textures, and blurred perceptions yield colors with gradated effects and softened edges. Shapes that play with perception and reflect light influence the colors we see. Clean hues appear in blurred filters and leave behind the tinted shades of dim and frosted. Sheer is a clear white layer that blankets our vision. Fog, a blue-tinted charcoal, gently grounds the palette. Envelop, a soft purple, and the yellowed glow of obscure offer nuanced, hazy impressions of what was before. Illusion is a mirrored shade, stirring the spirit of self-reflection and giving new perspective to design. In this sensory collection of gentle tints and tones in both sharp and soft focus, there is an impression of layers and movement with envelop, illusion, sheer, dim, frosted, fog, and obscure.
Sense of time, nostalgia. Our sense of time is unlike any of our other senses. Time is perceived. It is a subjective experience measured by one's own perception of the duration of an indefinite, continual unfolding of events. As society quickly evolves, we desire to capture events from the past and honor time. We will learn from the richness to add more beauty, culture, and value to our future. Our memories revisit the places of the past and collect the sights, sounds, and smells that reside in the recesses of the mind. As technology takes over and replaces transactive memory, this story returns us to our heritage, to what makes humans human. The narrative of time tantalizes the senses through taste, scent, and touch. After all, emotion is experience, and by immersing the mind in memories and objects that recall time's passage, the past will shape the present and form the future. We yearn to find harmony between modern life and tradition, between yesterday and tomorrow. In order to move forward, we must learn from the past. Translating moments through distressed materials and tarnished surfaces will capture the beautiful aesthetics of time. Tarnished finishes evoke the memory of a life before. With concern that we may lose items of the past that give our life personal value, the diminishing art of handwriting will add a new dimension to design. Will books be next to disappear? Preserving these personal ways to communicate speaks of perpetuation and revival. We will reflect on our past and look forward to our future to process what we recognize as earnest and important. There will be an emphasis on an aesthetic approach that finds the beauty of objects in their impermanent state, such as the patina of time and the effects of wear and tear. Copper is one of the first metals used by man. Natural color changes lead to the delicate accumulation of copper's distinctive blue-green patina. Drawn to objects and surfaces that are marked by the passage of time, rusted and oxidized metals reveal a fascination of their own, with surprising tones and unique luster. A discarded beauty proudly wears its history. Artist Lex Pott works with brass, aluminum, steel, and copper. He applies various chemical processes to generate oxidization of the material. As each metal transforms from one shade to the next, it creates an alchemistic color palette, revealing how nature and time create extraordinary results. Design borrows from the past, setting high standards for the future. Mixing modern materials with historical references communicates our personal values. Bespoke iron panels add an ornamental language to this Paul Smith London storefront, building on a familiar material tradition in London. The cast iron rustication of the Georgian townhouse and the ornamental language of the 18th century shopfront were reinterpreted and abstracted in a sinuous pattern of interlocking circles cast in a new solid iron facade. The Glass Farm by Dutch architects MVRDV is a contemporary response to retro architecture that respects the authenticity of the past. Replacing a destroyed structure from World War II, the Glass Farm is constructed of glass applied with photographs of traditional local farmhouses. With its overscale design, Glass Farm is 1.6 times larger than a real farmhouse. When adults interact with the building, they re-experience toddler size, adding an element of nostalgic remembrance. The Scent Timer by Ritika Karnani explores the idea of encountering time's passage via the sense of smell by burning incense and changing fragrances at regular intervals. Colors influenced by time will force us to slow down and re-engage with intrinsic materials created anew with age. Shades gradate from rust to blue-green streaked verdigris. Parchment suggests the quality of elegance with a nod to the classics and antiquities. Gilt is lit with the gleam of adornment. Colors and textures will no longer be bright, smooth, and uniform. Silver stains taking up all nuances of gray, creating tarnish. In the oxidation of metals, colors are superimposed, resulting in a melange of copper and oxidize. The sense of time color palette has lived, gathered, experienced, and earned its rightful place on Earth with verdigris, parchment, gilt, copper, rust, oxidize, and tarnish.
Sense of place, craft and culture. The term sense of place is often used to describe characteristics that make a place special or unique, while fostering a sense of authentic human attachment and belonging. Culture consists of webs of significance woven by human beings, webs in which we are all suspended. Sense of place occurs where these webs touch the earth and connect people to the world. Today, the corners of the globe are brought together to create a sensory journey of personal and cultural experience. Sense of place combines sight, hearing, smell, movement, touch, imagination, purpose, and anticipation. It is closely connected to community, personal memory, and self. In the pursuit of a more meaningful and authentic life experience, we explore the lost and dying craft cultures in distant places of the earth. We revive and renew traditional techniques to enhance the meaning of objects. From Africa to Asia, artisans create grassroots cooperatives that transform lives while reaching new markets. This produces more than enchanting material objects, but a transformation of their lives. The revival of traditions by non-profits and travel experiences keep craft alive as we partake in the process and strive to maintain sense of place. At Peru's Cusco Center, visitors participate in shearing the alpacas, dyeing the fibers, and weaving the final product. Natural hand-stained and dyed fabrics become revered. Lodomo Textiles specializes in traditional Mali mud cloth while teaching the country's youth professional skills, enabling them to become self-sufficient and independent. New materials will be inspired by artisan baskets woven of grasses, which capture the texture of place. Travel is learning. It is a knowledge and cultural exchange. Immersion in other cultures will inspire us to explore new tribal patterns. As future generations move into more urban environments, our knowledge of cultural arts could be lost. IKTT in rural Cambodia preserves the country's rich cultural heritage. Kikuo Morimoto built a self-sustaining village of 250 people who planted a traditional forest. Here, everything from the natural dyes to silk can be harvested and woven. For centuries, the Maasai women of Kenya have handcrafted beaded wares that reflect their heritage and traditional way of life. The Beads of Esateti organization enables these women to have independence and send their children to school. Beading is a story with a new voice that captures the traditional techniques of native craftsmanship, relaying it to the modern world. Embroidered detail and folklore patterning emerge, bringing new insights to design, as seen in Valentino's fashion. A new age of designers press refresh on the art of weaving. Brooke and Lynn's woven works rewrite the traditions of authentic craft as they develop a new language and expression of experiences. Capturing local sense of place in design will intimately connect people to their surroundings. By using regional patterns and textures to resonate place, a strong tie is formed. This is reflected in the Mumbai Terminal 2 airport, which is a spectacular symbol for India. Rich hues collide to forge a powerful palette. Clay and spice are thick and dense colors, binding to our sense of place. The deep red matures with a brave tribal attitude, establishing a strong sense of place in Maasai. Indigo, intrinsic to many cultures throughout history, will continue to inspire creativity. Unity grows between what has gone before and what is to come. Jodhpur blue symbolizes history. Yellow comes in vibrant shades with beaded to the saturated, sun-warmed shade of ochre. The sense of place palette captures the energy and heart of the places we call home and dare to explore with indigo, Jodhpur, beaded, ochre, spice, Maasai, and clay.
Sense of balance, simple and spiritual. Balance is the result of the eyes, ears, and the body's sense of where it is in space working together. When sense of balance is interrupted, our well-being and health are affected. Sense of balance honors the art of life editing, the idea of disconnecting from the modern age and reconnecting with spirituality and self-reflection. We make an honest effort to withdraw from the cascade of information that enters our lives, pare back, and live a more simplified life. As we aspire to a simpler way of life, we'll embrace natural materials and appreciate imperfection for a sense of authenticity. In a quest to free our minds and connect with something greater than ourselves, we will seek spiritual retreats. Design listens to sounds from the earth. We appreciate natural landscapes, untouched by culture and unaffected by society, as we embrace our sense of sound in a silent escape. People will seek moments of calm and silence in an ever-busy world. The Meditation House by MZ Architects is an example. Designed as a place of contemplation and retreat, it blends into the natural surroundings and landscape. The Silence Room at Selfridge's London department store provides a place for shoppers to escape the hectic public space for a moment of silence and calm. Adaptive Relaxation Space is an ambient experience concept from Philips Design that aims to reduce stress by altering the environment. This calming space adapts to whomever is inside, with soundscapes and soothing lights that pace breathing patterns to promote calmness. The concept can be used in high-stress spaces like schools, workplace, healthcare, and airports. Architect Renee Burdick's Sensorium, a tea house and garden in a historic tobacco warehouse in Brooklyn, offers respite from the overstimulating environment of New York City. Sensorium was created to prioritize the sense of touch, smell, sound, and taste to cultivate sensory awareness through interior design. With quiet, you can focus your thoughts. By disconnecting, you give yourself the chance to reconnect again. Progressive companies employ mindfulness coaches. At Google, Chad Meng Tan guides employees on a course of meditation and teaches how to manage emotions to deal with failure as well as success. This way of thinking is also reaching schools, with programs designed to help young children pay attention to their thoughts and emotions in the classroom. The Quiet Time program in San Francisco schools incorporates twice daily 10-second meditative breaks. Since inception, schools have seen suspension rates fall by 45% and attendance rates and grade point averages improve. In his portrait series entitled Mindfulness, Nicolas Laverie highlights the benefits of meditation. Each image captures an intimate moment between the photographer and the sitter. Digital Detox, a company dedicated to creating balance in the digital age, offers weekend retreats and corporate wellness days to help people slow down. Attendees give up smartphones and gadgets for 4 days in exchange for balance, perspective, and peace of mind. Recently launched wearable technologies and apps focus on promoting holistic health. Mindfulness and Headspace allow users to disable their phone or internet usage for a specified period of time to encourage meditation. With the need to disconnect and engage in the now, the circle helps us to assess what's off balance, bringing a calm and collected silence as we come full circle in search of a simplified way of living. Materials and surfaces will reflect an aesthetic that is understated, subtle and subdued, quiet and considered. Stone and concrete, both timeless materials, will be celebrated in raw form. Materials will take inspiration from primitive craftsmanship and simple origins. Woods will remain authentic and natural, bringing soul and simplicity to design. The balanced color palette, pure and modest, speaks to simplicity. Natural wood tones, like authentic, offer a clarified aesthetic. Quiet takes on a primitive beauty with a Zen attitude. Black turns to graphite, creating a softer, natural color and a less contrasted combination when mixed with clear, the foundation for the essentials. Untouched surfaces and natural effects of handmade products give depth to colors like minimal and essence. Soft, colorized grays, like conscious, urge us back to the basics. Balance creates a peaceful, chromatic ambiance, adding poetic dimensions to minimal interiors with shades of quiet, conscious, clear, authentic, minimal, essence, and graphite.
Sense of taste. Community. Our sense of taste encompasses more than mere flavor. Sight, color, scent, texture, and even the sound of food play important roles in determining how we identify taste and aromas to shape our perception. Here, we explore the importance of food and taste as powerful means of bringing people together. We build connections by gathering and creating memories together. Face to face, mingled and connected in an ongoing rhythm. Modern communication portals present an illusion of companionship. We are alone together, but the sense of taste foretells the importance of the art of conversation and connecting through savoring experiences. We will let the senses converse, returning focus to the dinner table as we realize that happiness is only real when shared. We will become fully conscious and present in the experience of eating, favoring ingredients that are pure, natural, and holistic. Dining goes far beyond meals or standard restaurant experiences. It serves as an interaction with food and each other while fostering communities. Social dining will integrate new experiences into the seemingly simple act of eating. People want to be challenged and enchanted by flavor, with food experiences that offer instant gratification and inspiration. Spaces will be built around the immersive food experience. At Ultraviolet in Shanghai, diners arrive at a secret location from a predetermined collection point. Upon arrival, they are greeted by a decor-free dining room with 1 table and 10 seats, and then the theater begins. Each dish on the 20-course menu is accompanied by wall projections, computerized lighting, scent diffusions, and surround sound design to enhance the ingredients and flavors by incorporating all senses. Combining storytelling with food, Chloe Morris's Edible Stories in London are a series of 9-course, 2-hour experiences that bring fairy tales to life. Diners are presented with food that represents the narrative of the story and are asked to reenact the scenes. Edible Cinema in London uses food to immerse theatergoers in the film experience. Guests receive a tray containing bite-sized bits and pieces in numbered boxes. At specific moments in the film, ushers reveal a number corresponding to a certain box, indicating what should be tasted. Molecular gastronomy explores the social, artistic, and technical aspects of food. This modernist cuisine applies scientific principles to cooking as ingredients are chemically and physically transformed to create inventive aesthetics and textures in food. Chicago's Moto Restaurant, a world-renowned leader in the gastronomy movement, pushes culinary and scientific boundaries. The Moto Kitchen is both a laboratory and a canvas, creating a multi-sensory dining experience unlike any other in the world. Inside the Moto Farm, we explore the future of zero food mile gastronomy, where foods are grown organically in a laboratory-like environment in the restaurant. Flavor is one part of the taste story. We rely heavily on our other sensory perceptions to complete the picture. Connections between fragrance and flavor continue to overlap, while new products and multi-sensory experiences will become more experimental and all-encompassing. At London's Royal Academy of Art's Sensing Spaces, acclaimed architect Kengo Kuma highlights the kodo, a Japanese smell ceremony that explores the importance of scent in spatial design. Revelers at London's New Year's Eve celebration experienced the world's first total sensory firework display, festooned with different colored fireworks paired with fruity flavors. As orange pyrotechnics exploded in the sky, the city was engulfed in orange-flavored bubbles and fruity mists, sprinkled with edible confetti. A feast of colors that explore our senses of taste and smell burst with fresh hues of citrus and new growth. These shades are balanced by the deep root tones grounded in the colors heirloom and pomegranate. Harvest, inspired by bread, a simple and humble element of the dining table, is a rich neutral that reflects our shared need to converse. Savor is a rich wine tone full of pigment. This honest and basic green, sprout, stimulates the senses and leaves us wanting more. The search for pure, honest ingredients led to the exploration of different shades that form the sense of taste palette. Colors speak of gathering and mimic nature with sprout, new growth, citrus, pomegranate, savor, heirloom, and harvest.
Sense of wonder, emotional response, surprise. The sense of wonder is an intellectual and emotional reaction to suddenly confronting, understanding, or seeing a concept anew. Awakening and awe trigger the expansion of one's awareness of what is possible by confronting the vastness of space and time. Surreal and spontaneous experiences immerse the viewer into an alternate, dreamlike reality. Here, a cloud-like landscape is created with foam by Japanese artist Koei Nawa and Random International's immersive environment, Rain Room. Experiences carry elements of surprise and discovery that make us feel good. Supersized, surreal objects will invade unexpected places, bringing playful and creative moments to our lives. Design embraces the chaotic, taking ordinary objects and playing havoc with the norm. Iridescent finishes and larger-than-life events create feelings of magic, as with the stunning inflated installation, Poetic Cosmos of the Breath, by architect Tomás Saraceno. Brightly colored ambient lighting fills rooms with moods that blend and bleed as you explore the space. The manipulation of color through lighting, layers, and reflections leads to unique encounters, as shown in this installation by American photographer Autumn de Wilde. Color and light installations will arouse numb senses and trigger our imaginations. They invite play, taking us away from daily worries and responsibilities. The nomadic ephemeral maze from Architects of Air travels the world and enchants millions of visitors. Designed to generate a sense of wonder at the beauty of light and color, young and old immerse themselves and leave the inflated tunnels with smiles on their faces. Spaces use color blocking to construct playful moments. Large-scale abstract patterns and hand-painted designs become eye-catching features on bright accent walls. Borders will become invisible, unacknowledged, and meant to be broken. Coloring outside the lines and thinking outside the box are encouraged. Iridescent films take on fabrics and finishes. Clear and hazy materials encapsulate undulating colors. Surfaces will be sprayed, splattered, and airbrushed. Materials and colors will be transparent and layered. Brights hint and accent along structures and fabric seams. Hologram effects evoke dreamlike feelings. The bright orange of Awaken and warm violet of Vast are inspired by colorful light installations. Fantasy inspires awe, an electric pink, and surreal is a bold seafoam green. A cool purple and blue are also prevalent throughout this trend with Dream and Discover. The acidic yellow, Luminous,
brightens and adds a pop to the palette. The Sense of Wonder palette is aglow with playful, energetic colors: dream, discover, surreal, luminous, awaken, awe, and vast.
Sense of possibility, the future, technology. The future holds endless possibilities. Imaginative, futuristic concepts advance reality. New creative technologies are born. New cities and worlds emerge faster, smarter, and more sustainably. Masdar City, constructed near Abu Dhabi, will become the first zero-carbon, zero-waste city by relying entirely on renewable energy sources and electric-powered automated vehicles. Floating cities will likely develop as our population grows, creating the mobile potential to travel globally as resources are needed. A futuristic visual philosophy of fluid lines and shapes emerges, as seen in one of Museum of Art and Design's latest projects. Dome structures with 360-degree views are inspired by an ancient fascination with the universe and outer space, one of humanity's last frontiers of endless new discoveries. 3D printing is heralded as the next industrial revolution, and it is only a matter of time before architects will be designing and printing entire buildings and structures. Here, we see the prototype for the world's first 3D printed room, generated using 3D modeling software. 3D printing makes its mark on the medical world as well, with advancements in 3D printed prosthetics and lightweight, waterproof casts. The emerging technology of 4D printing allows us to print objects that reshape themselves or self-assemble over time. For example, a printed cube that folds before your eyes, or a printed pipe that senses the need to expand or contract. Transportation continues to push for technological development that increases speed and efficiency while reducing carbon footprint. Volkswagen has created a concept hover car that would float along a magnetic grid in the road network. Tel Aviv is set to become the world's first city with a magnetically levitating mass transit system, SkyTrain. Designed to reduce urban traffic congestion, SkyTrain pods move on a guideway suspended 20 feet above ground. Airbus released its vision for aviation in 2050 with seats that morph to your body shape and holographic touchscreens. Panoramic views of the sky and walls become transparent at the wave of a hand. Research stimulated by a desire to create a cleaner and more sustainable source of light has led Bigelow to develop one of the world's first autoluminescent plants. Philips recently developed 2 soft technology suits that use emotive technology to demonstrate how the body and surrounding environment can use pattern and color change to interact and predict emotional state. Technology will increasingly be integrated into the body to extend our abilities, our knowledge, and our perceptions of reality. Eye-optic contact lenses offer an augmented reality, allowing users to see both the projected image or data and real surroundings in focus simultaneously. Google has also invented smart contact lenses that could help diabetics monitor blood sugar levels. And researchers at the University of Illinois have developed a flexible, wearable thermometer with ultra-thin sensors that bonds directly to the skin. New materials emerge, such as 100% recyclable translucent concrete by Lucen, and a transparent form of aluminum created by Oxford scientists. New developments in flexibility, strength, and technology will propel glass as one of the most important materials in the future. Smart glass will double as screens and be used for almost any surface. Objects and spaces will glow with soft ambient light. Structures will take on fluid, organic shapes. Patterns become mirrored and molecular. Colors are inspired by an electronic luminosity in augmented and solar. The bright light of glow and darkness of space are inspired by the greater universe. The metallic sheen of prototype and the deep blue of float will adorn new products and materials. Finally, a futuristic technological light inspires ambient. The palette is summed by the mystery and possibility of galaxies, with colors space, augmented, solar, ambient, float, prototype, and glow.